Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. You have the right to remain well entertained. I have lived off-grid for 3 years. AMA. Are you tired of swiping left on the same 3 people that are 100 miles away from you? LOL. Just how many hot singles are in your area? Are you kidding? There's naked beaver swimming by my cabin daily. How long took it until you saw your cabin and thought, this feels like home? Also, could you describe what a normal day looks like? It took a while. But check this, a couple months ago I had gone and spent a day with a buddy to film some stuff. I'm on my way back, riding my ATV in the dark toward the cabin. Like, really dark. Straight out of a spooky movie, right? But all I could think was, it's good to come home. My typical day is get up, marvel at everything. Have some breakfast. Think about doing something useful. Think about filming something for my YouTube videos. Maybe binge watch something on Netflix. And just do whatever. Not discounting how awesome that is. How's the internet your way? Do you have battery backup connected to your solar system? Describe your power system in more detail. How about water? Where does it come from? What system do you use for collecting/filtering/storing? And gray/black water? Is the house plumbed to a septic tank? How do you eat? Hunting? Trips to the grocery store? What was the worst thing that happened while you were off-grid? The worst part is that my wife still lives and works in the city. She comes out as often as she can, but I miss her. Tell us about your open relationship. I too choose this guy's city wife. What proportion of your income comes from your investments? Many people want to live off-grid but don't own income-producing capital. At the moment, about 60% comes from investment. But it will end one day and my YouTube income will be all that I have. Bro, everything aside, that's incredibly bad method for your future. Start teleworking ASAP. How many pages is your manifesto? JK. It's actually just one line. Enjoy life, beaches. Perfect. Looking for a roommate? Ha. 180 acres is a lot of land. I'll start building an addition. No, but seriously. I'm very emotionally mature, very handy, love being in nature. You know how many people want to come here to help out, have a beer, or whatever? I need to build a hotel, not an addition. Does anyone think you're mental? Or are you actually just really sane? LOL, my wife still likes me. This is a good thing. Ha. And for the record, I am of the people who consider you very sane for turning your back on the vast amount of insanity that makes up most of the modern world and its societies. Question: you didn't include in your intro bio your motivations for going off-grid. Of course, one can speculate on the various reasons that an adult who was born and raised in Western society might have in bidding farewell to society. But what are your specific motivations for leaving, and what are the goals you hope to achieve in doing so? How much does your YouTube account actually bring in? About $1,000 per month right now. Not counting other revenue streams like affiliate links, live streams, donations, product sponsors, etc. You can get 1K a month from 20K subscribers. I should make a YouTube channel. I get a lot of views for the subscribers I have. But it also took me 270 videos to get on. Why did you go off the grid, and what do you do for money? Also, how are you on Reddit? I lived in the city for many years and hated everything about it. Just wanted to get away. I have an investment in solar power that pays me like an annuity, and my YouTube channel pays me as well. I have internet here, just got lucky that way. I have an investment in solar power that pays me like an annuity. I don't understand this part. If you aren't connected to an electrical grid, no one is paying you for the power your system generates. Or are you meaning that based on what you would have paid for electricity in the city, eventually the solar system will be paid off and you'll have free power? How much did the land cost you? What legal issues did you have to face? Thanks, the land was $35,000. The only challenge I had was getting a building permit, which I eventually got because I was able to demonstrate that I had water access. There's so much cheap private land in Canada. It's definitely the permits and access that is a killer from my research. We are thinking about getting a cabin somewhere in BC, but we'll wait for citizenship next year, else the foreign owner's tax will sting hard even with PR. Very cool, man. You only get one life. What type of wildlife do you most frequently see? Every day we see beavers, muskrats, herons, cranes, geese, ducks. Occasionally we see otters, deer, Much more infrequently we also see elk, bears, coyotes, and probably a lot of other things I can't think of off the top of my head. Any mountain lions? Not that I've seen or on the trail cams. I heard reports that there was one by the nearest town. Do you have any regrets? Do you miss any home comforts? No regrets at all. But yeah, there are amenities I miss, like ordering pizza. I think running water is the biggest thing I miss. I'm in the process of planning my off-grid cabin and I decided instead of paying an arm and a leg on having a well dug, I'm just going to buy a water cistern and use a pump like an RV/boat would have. A few $100s gets you a several hundred gallons in storage and then you just need a pump. My property does have a stream I can collect water from though, so it also saves me from hauling it or collecting rainwater. You mentioned that you have to cross other people's land to access your 180 acres. Do you worry about a future neighbor denying you passage? Or do you have a deeded right of way? LOL, it just sort of happened, actually. And I'm in the process of making a new trail. We have no great way of getting here. Oh, that's too bad. You also mentioned water access? Maybe you could buy an Argo XTV, they float. How much blood do you estimate you donated to Ontario's official bird? More than my fair share, I'm sure. The common loon? Are they bloodthirsty? I feel there's a joke here I'm missing. Mosquito. Do you worry about having an accident immobilizing you somewhere on your land and nobody discovering you for weeks? Nah, you can't worry about stuff like that, any more than you should worry about getting hit by a car crossing the street. Just enjoy it. Thanks for doing the AMA and for replying. I'd love to be off-grid someday. No problemo. Start planning now. How do you handle waste? Garbage, dirty water, food, human. I burn garbage that burns. Other stuff has to go back to town. Gray water just goes in the ground. We have a compost bin. And a compost toilet. What do you qualify as burnable garbage? I've wondered this for a while. Is it just wood and paper or is there more? Do any have any medium or long-term projects for / in the land, or are you happy with it as is? The land? I really appreciate the pristine beauty of it. I mean, I like it just the way it is. I hope to build a workshop here eventually, but well, other than that, I want to build a couple of overnight bunkies in a couple spots across the property. Planning on an off-grid B&B? Did you design your house? If so, did you get advice from any builders or architects? I designed it all in Google SketchUp. No experience, I just watched a lot of YouTube videos. How to install windows, how to do framing, how to install metal roof, etc. It's easier in that, since it's a hunt camp, I didn't have to worry about electrical / plumbing / etc. How to install windows? Why not use Linux instead? How do you keep your rainwater fresh? How do you clean the tanks? We have a rainwater system, but it was honestly not done right. Mosquitoes got in the tanks and you know how that goes. We have a well now, but still have those tanks sitting there. I keep the barrels covered, add a little bleach. But mostly when I see a lot of rain in the forecast, I empty and clean them. Also, cleaning the gutters is key. I'd kill to have a well here. There's no way to dig out a well? Is it not feasible because it's too difficult to get heavy equipment there to do it, or because the water is too far down? I guess I'm confused. You have internet. You watch Netflix. Some of your free time is spent making YouTube videos. You go to Reddit. Sounds pretty normal to me. Why is off the grid special other than some very nuanced definition? It is pretty normal, except that I can walk out on my deck, naked, blast music as loud as I want, and I don't have neighbors complaining that I didn't cut my grass. So can I, but I'm not off the grid. What would have been your answer or question? Leave it in the comments below. Slap that like and subscribe button for more, and check out the link in the video description for even more answers. Peace out, and catch you in the next video.